Hello, everyone. I'm Dr. Sri Banerjee, core faculty for the College of Health Sciences and Public Policy at Walden University. And in this segment, I'm going to be going over a resource that somebody in criminal justice program professor gave me. And so here, let's go and get started. This is called the America's Health Rankings. If you can't see this, let me show you here on the top left corner, you can see that. And so this is the state rankings that's there. And so each state has a health report that takes place. So what they did in this resource is that they showed which are the healthiest and least healthiest, and the least healthy. And so by doing so, they're trying to show the composite of multiple indices to demonstrate which are most healthy and which ones least healthy. Least healthy. From this if you quickly peruse through this map, you'll see that some of the states, for instance, Virginia, are quite healthy. Of course, right here, New Jersey is not bad. But states like Massachusetts, Vermont, New Hampshire, these are areas which are really healthy. So they're the places that you want to live in or whatnot. So let's take a look at New Hampshire. That's number one. And so New Hampshire, number one, has number one in social and economic factors, number two in behaviors, number three in clinical care, number two in health outcomes, and then number nine in physical environment. So as you can see, just because they are ranked as number one, doesn't mean that all the indices they're one. They're the healthiest. There's certain factors that they might be less healthy in. So in New Hampshire, they're saying low prevalence of non-medical drug use, high prevalence of high school completion, so high literacy and health literacy, and then low prevalence of drugs, adults using e-cigs. But there's still challenges, and so some of the challenges include excessive drinking, residential segregation between black and white, which is very important, and then low per capita public health funding. And being in public health, it's not really music to my ears. So the top five, and this is very important, states were Massachusetts, Vermont, Connecticut, and Utah. And then, so on one side, New Hampshire was number one, but on the other side, Louisiana was number 50. And as you can see, all the components, all the factors was basically 50. So this is something, although that was the case, there was high reading proficiency for fourth grade public school students, high prevalence of dedicated healthcare provider, and high prevalence of cancer screenings. But the worst thing was the economic hardship index score, and really high chlamydia rates and homicide rates. So as you can see, this is kind of the index, and this is really well put together, kind of like a funnel bar plot. But New Hampshire is number one, and then I reside in Pennsylvania, so Pennsylvania is 26. So even though healthy, but not quite as healthy as like New Hampshire, Massachusetts. So as you can see, the light blue color, they're the healthiest, and then kind of moderate blue is less healthy, and then this is getting into the darker blue. However, when you go down to see healthiest, but then least healthy states, you go up, and you can see Louisiana is 50. So I don't want to make this too long, but you can see how to use this resource, this very important resource. And then you go into each of the factors, and because New Hampshire was important, some of the social and economic factors trends, and these are z-scores that are calculated, so proportions are what is calculated. And as you can see, socioeconomic factors, and these are childhood experiences, economic hardship index, food insecurity, so on and so forth. And so taking a look at the z-scores, New Hampshire was the highest, and then Louisiana was the most bottom. Um, so a lot of this is coming from America's health rankings, and so you can use that as a citation when you do that. Now, finally, I wanted to go over the gun violence, firearm deaths that are taking place. And CDC Wonder has this great resource, the National Death Index, and as you can see, multiple cause of death by single race files. And I'm actually conducting a research study on that. But as you can see, Massachusetts is the highest in terms. Well, Massachusetts has the lowest amount of gun violence, and so they're ranked at 3.9. Rhode Island is a little higher, but then bottom states are terrible in terms of the firearm related deaths, and so that's something important to take a look at. So this shows kind of a composite map of where the highest rates of gun violence is, and you can see Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, all these states, New Mexico, Montana, all of these states have really high levels of gun violence. And then you can see here in West Virginia, a lot of this, and then this is Kentucky and Indiana. Indiana actually is higher. So you can take a look at this map, kind of peruse through this and on your own time. But the website again is America's Health Rankings.org, right here on the top. So you can take a look and visit this website whenever you need. I hope this has made some sense. Thank you for listening.